In Breath of Fire 5 Dragon Quarter, you play as a race of humans who have been shoved deep underground, and you haven't seen the surface of the world in God knows how long. You play as Ryu, a ranger who's fairly standard and a typical normal being, until he links with a dragon called Ojin, and this gives him the ability to transform into that dragon. However, the problem is, once he has made this link with the dragon Ojin begins taking over his body, and as soon as he completes the transformation process, then Ojin completely takes over, Ryu dies, and that's game over. Now the awesome thing is you can actually transform into a dragon during combat, which is really powerful. You can imagine what it would be like suddenly going from human to dragon. You can just do loads of damage, you can basically one-shot bosses. The catch is, every time you transform into a dragon, every time you use an ability, every second you spend as a dragon, every breath you take as a dragon, every move you make as a dragon, every bond you break as a... Okay, I'm getting a bit carried away here. Basically, every time you tap into the dragon's potential, your percentage goes up. Once it gets to 100%, you die. Game over. Now, it gets so bad as every time you're moving around in the overworld, your percentage goes up. I think it's like for every 25 steps you take, it goes up 0.01%. And honestly, if you spend too long walking around in game, or if you use a dragon too much in combat, the game is literally uncompletable, because your percentage gets too high, and once it hits 100, then it's game over. You just turn into a dragon and you get the bad ending. So you have to be really careful with how much you use this dragon ability. You begin embarking on the journey to the overworld with your best friend Bosch, Nina, and a few other characters who aren't important right now. As long as you remember your friend Bosch, he also gains the ability to turn into a dragon that happens to be rivals with the dragon Ojin, the dragon you're linked to. Now Bosch, he's not too aware of the destructive capabilities of these dragons, and he just uses dragon's abilities as much as he wants without really giving a shit. So, as soon as you're nearly at the overworld, you're about to be the first human who's ever seen the overworld in millennia. You get confronted by your friend Bosch, and the dragon that inhabits him. The dragon is now pretty much completely taken over his body. And yeah, you had to kill him. But now that you've killed Bosch, all that remains is the dragon that inhabited his body, so it has to be you versus a dragon. Now this is the true final boss battle of the game, and trust me, I tried this boss battle so many times, and I failed. It's just impossible. You can't get through his shield, you can't kill him, no matter what you do. You cannot kill this dragon. So, what do you have to do? How do you defeat this grand final boss? Well, it kind of sucks, because you have to transform into your dragon form of Ryu, and you have to use the huge blast ability, which does a lot of damage, but you keep using it, and the more you use it, the more your percentage goes up. So you keep using it until your percentage reaches 100. And yeah, once it reaches 100, don't you die? No, not in this final battle. You go past 100, you keep going until this fucking dragon is dead. And that's the grand finale of the game. Ultimately, Ryu sacrifices himself and taps into the power of Ojin so that his friends can reach the overworld and see the surface of the planet for the first time in forever. The cutscene when this happened and just the final battle in general, everything, the music, it just built up to create such a grand climax for such an amazing game. It is one of my favourite video game moments in any video game I've ever played. Having the gameplay mechanic where every time you tap into Ojin's ability and increase your percentage, and the fact there's that constant looming number in the corner of your screen telling you about how close you are to getting a bad ending, it was such a cool mechanic, and the fact it actually incorporates it into the final battle, it's even better. It just gave me so many shivers. The idea of sacrificing yourself, sacrificing the character you've been playing as for God knows how many hours to defeat the final boss and get the good ending, it is just so cool, and I love when games do that. They make you make that conscious choice of killing yourself. This sounds really, really dark, but it is a dark game, honestly. The fact you have to kill yourself in order to get the good ending, it's pretty dark, pretty twisted, and pretty damn awesome. If you've ever had any experiences like this or any moments in video games that make you shiver or you just get huge trips of nostalgia every time you go back and watch them, then do let me know and post them down in the comments below. If you like this kind of video where I talk about epic video game moments or stuff that's happened in video games I've played in the past and really makes me shiver when I think back to them, let me know and I'll make more videos on this. Until then, please leave a rating if you enjoyed the video. This is me, Evans with Z111, out. Peace.